Just felt like showing y'all my template. Like, what do I use to record my clients? And I just want to share that with y'all. Let's go. All right. So first things first is like the beat track right here. I put an EQ on the beat, and I dipped this frequency because I definitely heard it off of TikTok. They say like this is like where the voice usually sits in a mix. So then like if you take that out of the beat, then it'll give the voice more room to sit on top of the beat. So if you take that out, and I noticed like when you do it, it actually like makes the beat a little lower in volume a little bit, and then when you increase it, it makes like the beat like louder. As what I noticed. So like I stuck to that, and I do that at times. Maybe if the beat is like, you know, too much low end, like I'll play with the filter right here, take out the low end, and then or I'll go to the high end. If there's too much of that, I'll just do that. But mostly this is what I'm doing, right? And then usually, since I'm most likely every single time recording recording beats off of YouTube, the beats always come mastered, they're always loud, so you have to like notch it down like 10 dB. And I found this plugin. It just easy. Like I don't have to go in every single session and just go. I don't have to go every single session and just do this. Like nah, nah. I just put this plugin on. I don't even have to think about it no more. Like I don't even remember the last time I just reached over there to put that down. But yeah, and this right here is on standby because I usually like to put filters over beats and automate them. I like doing that. So it's just on standby. This is just a thing on standby that I know for a fact that I'm gonna use. Just be on standby, right? And then auto key, I usually use this to find the key of the song. As you can see, the key of the session right now is in C minor, you know. Send the auto tune, and I click there, and it goes to every single auto tune, right? So next, I like to use auto tune artists. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I would use auto tune pro and stuff like that, but it was just like a lot of latency, and I felt like I don't know. I just like this better. I was used to using this for a long time, but then like this literally used to be auto tune. This used to say auto tune pro, and then they upgraded into some other stuff that I never really explored. I probably should. There's probably some cool stuff in there, but I'm comfortable right here. Like this, I could just throw this on. I play with the retune, flex, humanize. Right? I never really played with the vibrato. Maybe I could get some cool effects out of that one day when I never played with the vibrato. I never usually play with the vibrato. Maybe I get like a couple effects out of there one day, some cool shit if I experiment. But as of right now, I'm not doing that. Right? So next, we go to the main vocal aux, main vocal aux, right? And then this is, I start off with an EQ. As usual, you always got to take out the low end out of the vocals. This frequency is usually in every single vocal. It's always in every vocal. I decided to boost the clarity of the voice and boost the highs for it. For the first one, that's what I decided to do. And I have this compressor here. This may change depending on the artist. Like I may fuck around with it a little bit, but this is like the main one. And then I have a de-esser, calm de-esser. And I have fresh air. I like the effect that it has on the voice, the high frequencies that it brings to the voice. I like that, the air that it brings to it. RVox, that's just to bring the vocal more up front. Let me see. Yeah, that's just, I don't know why I'm playing around with the fucking yeah, that's just to bring the vocals more up front. And then another interesting thing I did was I use a mic mod, right? And the reason why I use a mic mod, because like it modulates, like it models like a mic is, and the one I have on it is the Neumann U87 Gold. Now I've tried like the other famous stuff like the C800s and the Sonys and all that, but I like the way the Neumann sounds. The Neumann U87 Gold. I like how that sounds, and I put 54 saturation on it. I like the way it sounds. Yeah, and for the background vocals, excuse me. For the background vocals, I use like a regular, like the most basic auto tune. I like the effect of it, like having like the background super duper auto tuned, and maybe the lead vocals like kind of auto tuned, but I kind of like that. What else? The back vocals, yeah, the back vocals, I put this EQ on it. Usually have, you know, voices usually have that EQ, and the same concept that I have for the beat, to like bring the beat back and give it more space for the main vocal. I did the same thing there, since like that's, if we're using that kind of logic to make space for the main vocal, like since I don't want the backgrounds to interfere with the main, like I take that frequency out of it, and then I just boost the highs, and then I just give it like a calm compressor, same compressor as the main vocal, same de-esser as the main vocal. And then this may vary, but I just have that on just to have it on. But when in mixing, maybe I may change it. Maybe I may do something like this. Maybe I may do something like this. I kind of like the way I've been experimenting with all this stuff. I may like the way this sounds, and I'll bring this over here, and I may bring this down, you know, or I just may bring this up. This is like if you do this would be a telephone effect though. But sometimes you know, I like the way this sounds, and I like the way, you know, I may play around with it to get a sound that I like. And then the reverb that I use is Valhalla. Love this reverb. And the delay that I use is H delay. I've been using this since the beginning, like when I used to watch YouTube videos and shit. Like I just been using this shit since the beginning. R verb, I like using plate verbs on my background vocals just to give it a different feeling. And the rest of these auxes, or just like stuff that I may use. I may use a doubler. I may use a 1/8 note, 1/16 note delay, a deep voice, a hall verb. Sometimes I like to put an extra reverb on the main vocal or somewhere else, just to give it, you know, an effect. And then on all vocals, you know, I just have this here on standby, but sometimes I may take this saturation off. I don't really use saturation like that, but sometimes I may take this saturation off, and just whatever every single vocal needs. Maybe I may put a compressor just to give it a cohesive glue and give all the sounds like one thing, put it in one space like that. And then this right here is just basically in a dead aux with a bunch of effects on it, so I don't have to keep searching. Like there's like a reverb on here, and then there's a CLA vocals on here, so I don't have to keep searching like, oh, I want a meta flanger. I could just literally just come down here. I could literally just go from up here, then come down here, and then just drag it to where I need it to go. Got a flanger on here. I got the lo-fi. This is like the distortion stuff. I really like this plugin. This is a cool plugin. And then EQ. This is like a regular telephone effect. I could just drag it up wherever. Kind of the same thing as the CLA vocals, just a bunch of, you know, all-in-one kind of thing with a delay, a doubler, and a reverb. Gives it a different sound. What is this? AVOX voice design. Not too sure why this is here, but maybe I used it. Maybe I used it at some point. And this is just a stereo imager. I haven't really used stereo imagers in a while, I'm gonna be honest. And then on the master bus, I have a limiter on it. This is just so, like, say once we're done with the session, and then, you know, they want like a rough mix, I may give them a rough mix. I may like hear certain things like, oh, they need to de-ess real quick, needs that real quick, throw in the things real quick, and then instead of like giving it like, this is like just giving it a simple master, like I just bump it up to like not that much, but I just bump it up to like 8, between 7 to 9, and then I just send it to them just to give it that volume, so when they play in the car, it sounds like something rather than it's like, because like when you recording, you don't have nothing like that on it, it's gonna be really low. So I just put the volume up without fucking it up a bit, and then yeah, maybe I may fuck around with the ceiling, but I usually don't. Yeah, so this is my vocal template